Hello, friends of Athena's Palace. Thank you for being here and watching another of my videos. This one about the solar path, the path of the sun throughout our calendar year, and the seasonal effects of the sun on the northern hemisphere. So you can reverse these for the southern hemisphere, but for the northern hemisphere, where ancient astrology originated in Greece, and where Western astrology is typically based, it kind of follows the northern hemisphere dates. So just reverse them if you're in the south. So we are currently in Pisces season, and pretty soon we're going to be in Aries season. And the beginning of Aries is interesting because it has what's called a spring equinox. And this equinox, basically what the equinox means is there's equal amount of light and dark. And this is really the beginning of the zodiacal year. And it's very interesting because at that time the sun is crossing the celestial equator, and for that 24-hour day we have exactly that equal amount of dark and light. And as we move forward into Aries season and onward into Taurus and Gemini season, we see the light continuing to increase, and by the time we get to the beginning of Cancer, we are in the summer solstice, and at that time, the light has increased to its maximum point for the year, and the days are the longest. And you know, we have those long summer days, and where it's light really late into the evening, and you know, we have shorter nights, so the sun is up early in the morning when we rise. So the summer solstice is that lightest of the lightest part of the year. And when we see the increase from Aries to the solstice point in summer, we're experiencing the light of the light part of the year. So the light is increasing and it's becoming the brightest. So the light of the light. And then as we turn into Cancer season and we progress through Cancer and then Leo and then Virgo, we're seeing the light begin to decrease, but it's still the lightest half of the year. So it's the light, it's the dark of the lightest part of the year, and those signs take on these aspects in some way. The astrology sign take on those themes that are associated with the dark coming in and a decreasing of the light, but it's still the lighter part of the year, so we're still busy harvesting and busily, you know, preparing for the winter, for the cold and darkest part of the years. So there's still a lot of activity, there's still a lot of sunlight, but it's decreasing day by day, and there's an urgency to get prepared for the lean times. So as we move forward from Virgo and that fall equinox that we're now at with Virgo, we're going to move into the dark part of the year. The dark half begins at that equinox, and with that we are experiencing a lot longer nights than days. So we're feeling like we need to be in more, we need to be protected, we need to maybe go to bed earlier, we need to prepare, and rest, because we've worked hard during the light part of the year. We need to kind of pull our energy inward. And so as we're moving forward from Virgo into Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, we're starting to pull back. We're having less energy to work with. So we once we reach that Capricorn winter solstice point, we're at our darkest part of the dark. And I don't know about you, but I'm always at that point just wishing that we would already be there, because it's feeling like I just want the light to return. So that darkest dark part of the year is hard for me. I don't like not having the light. So I think we've experienced that kind of as a collective for a long time, and we have been seeing changes in our world, and I think those changes are reflecting the coming back of the light in that final quarter after the winter solstice, which was kind of completing the darkest of the dark part of the year, that winter solstice. And with the playing out of the Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces energy, we see the light increasing again. So they call this the light part of the dark part of the year. So you can begin to see the emergence of the light. You can start to, maybe get out more and start thinking about what you're going to do and what this year is going to hold for you. And likewise, as you approach that next spring equinox, you're thinking about, well, what do I want to do next in my life? Or what do I want to bring to the world next? And I think it's that coming of the light at the spring equinox, and knowing that you're in the light half of the year again, it just kind of motivates us to bring our light out into the world. And I know it has motivated me to create this channel and begin to share these ideas with you. And I thank you so much. And I look forward to sharing more videos with you in the coming days about the coming of the light. Tonight is the Virgo full moon in some parts of the world. In some parts of the world, it would be tomorrow. And then we have the spring equinox coming on March 21st. And we have a couple of very important ingresses. And we also have an Aries new moon. So these are all indicators of how the light is returning to the world and how we can bring new light into the world. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you and getting your comments. Please comment and give me your feedback. I really appreciate it as I try to move through creating the channel. Thank you so much. Much love.